Jaune requested Ashbinyo let him be in charge of Amber's personal training as he approved, and he began telling her of the Force. Amber, let me get this straight. It's an energy field that all living thing has, but only people who are trained can use it? He just nods. Amber, what's the difference between aura? Jaune, the Force never runs out, but you must be physically and mentally prepared to fully utilize it. Amber, and I have a small chance of using it? Jaune, the capacity is there. Amber, okay, I'm tired of being the damsel in distress. Teach me, master. As she bows and Jaune took on his own apprentice. Jaune, training begins now. A few days later, the beacon dance is nearing. Ballroom. Weiss. Okay, RWBY, I need to tell me which napkin is better. RWBY, aren't they the same? I see you two are finally staying out of trouble. Weiss, professor. Jaune, just making my rounds around school. I see you relegated yourself to coordinator. Weiss, yes, I take pride in my event planning skills. Jaune, as you were, just don't cause another food fight. Weiss, we won't, sir. She bowed, but RWBY decided to joke. RWBY, no promises. Then she felt a chill as she looks up. See the trademark glare. Jaune, if you cause another food fight, Miss Rose, you will be cleaning it with a toothbrush. We. Clear? RWBY, gulp, yes, sir. Jaune, good. He then makes his leave. As he walks by, he was greeted by his sister. Jaune et Jaune. Jaune, hello, little sister. How is school? Jean, it's fine, no more bullies thanks to you. Jaune, it was a joint effort, sis. Won't forget that. So, keeping out of trouble? Jean, Yemi and my team are gonna go to Vale and get some clothes for the dance. Jaune, that's good. Well, I have to go now, I got a student that needs tutoring. Jean, who need tutoring at this time? Jaune, now that's confidential. I'll see you later, little sis. Gina, okay, don't be a stranger. He just waves as he passes her. Secret training room. Amber was trying to lift an apple from a pedestal, but she is struggling. Jaune, let go of any distractions, Amber. It is only you and the apple. Amber took in a breath and closed her eyes, focusing even further, and raised her hand again. It took a few moments, but the apple visibly nudged by itself. Jaune, okay, that's enough. Amber, but Jaune, hush. You moved it on your first day. Most younglings took 3 days to get it. A child has an open mind, free from the negativity and restrictions of the world. Older people takes time due to established facts and an already built-up foundation. Learning about the Force is breaking down your previous beliefs. Today we established that there is another existence that resides in our world that both coexist and shapes our universe. You being able to somewhat accept that is more than most. So take it as an achievement for accomplishing it in 1 day. Amber nods and smiles. Jaune, now I will teach you the saber forms. Amber, saber forms? Jaune, it's a part of what I learned. There are 7, but the last one is strictly forbidden, which I was never able to learn it myself. So, what kind of style do you usually employ? Amber, I mainly use my agility and use heavy strikes. Jaune, the agility of Form 4 and the heavy hand of Form B gem so. Alright, follow everything I do from my stance to my strikes. Amber, okay. The entire day was spent in changing Amber's fighting style, which was somewhat average for any Padawan learner. Later, Jaune, alright, that's enough. After he said that, Amber fell on her butt and laid on the floor as Jaune took a water bottle from a nearby dispenser and hands it to her. Amber, thanks. You sure are a good teacher. Jaune, my first time teaching was the first day in Beacon. Amber, wow, then you are really good. Jaune, all I did was pass on what I have learned. Amber, you look sad. Jaune, just thinking that I am alone in this universe. Amber, you know you're not, you have me, Ashbin, Glinda, and your family. Jaune, no. I'm the only one that believes that the Force is a part of who we are. The rest just sees it as a tool to bend to their will. Amber, well, you're not alone anymore, you got me. Jaune looks at her for a moment and smiles. Jaune, thanks. The day ends as Amber returns to his office, while he prepares for the dance. Jaune was in a tuxedo and was moving towards the ballroom as he saw Blake, who was dressed nicely and looking a lot less stressed. Jaune, took my advice to give it a rest, Miss Belladonna? Blake, yeah, I needed it and you were right. I'm sorry I was being difficult. He puts his hand on her shoulder. Jaune, you're welcome. Just do me a favor and not be a problem child like Miss Schnee has been for weeks now. Blake giggles, yeah, I'll do my best, sir. Jaune, good. They both walk into the ballroom to see it full of life and rowdiness. Jaune, have fun. That's an order. Blake nods and looks for her team, but was caught by the Jedi's last words. Jaune, keep an eye on that troublemaker, he's a bad influence. Blake, noted. I don't even like him anyway. Jaune then walks around and saw Miss Goodwitch as she was standing by herself as Ashvin was at the stage looking over the students. He then walks towards her to lighten the mood. Jaune, having fun? Glinda, I'm not supposed to. I'm on babysitting duty. Jaune, then why not show these kids how to have fun? He offers his hand to her, inviting for a dance. She blushes as she stammers. Glinda, I don't think it's a good idea. Jaune, nothing ventured, nothing gained. She thinks of this for a few more moments as she felt like she wanted to, and for the first time she decided to relax and just do it. Glinda, all right, just nothing improper. Jaune, it's just a dance. He raised his hand and a disc was lifted and moves towards the DJ stand as the DJ was spooked but looked to the dance floor and saw the one responsible, and then the disc lands on his hands and he receives a nod and he understood and gave the professors a thumbs up. And the music begins. Then this happens. The two just showed up, everyone dancing. Pause and play video in the description. The men jaw dropped at Glinda. Neptune, that dude's got some moves. Weiss was stupid. RWBY was whistling. Young, should have asked him for a dance. Blake, he was right, this is fun. Come on, Weiss, let's join them. Young, oh, what you got in mind? Blake, team bonding like RWBY said. RWBY, okay, ugh, these lady stilts are annoying. Then team RWBY did a team dance, while JNPR joined in the fun. The night is beautiful, until Jaune felt cold. Glinda, Jaune? Jaune, something is wrong. Tell Ashvin and Ironwood to secure beacon. I feel they're on the move. He then used force speed to find the source of this darkness.